WrestleZone presents Lost in the Midcard. Here are your hosts, Jeremy Bennett and Matt Black. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where you say his name and he appears and you best believe in Joe Hendry. It's Lost in the Midcard. Welcome. Boy, a couple things happened this week in professional wrestling. It's a wild time to be alive in the world of professional wrestling. We are going to talk about the happenings that happened at the end of Raw, the happenings that happened at the end of SmackDown. We got Forbidden Door this weekend as well. We've got a sad departure from WWE. We've got a Scottish psychopath who is just raising hell all over the place. We got some big pay-per-view news too that you may have to thank one Pat McAfee for. All that and much more. But first, if you've not done so already, subscribe to WrestleZone. All you got to do is search that one word, WrestleZone. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. That way you know every time the channel goes live. We go live every Monday, 7:10 Eastern, 6:10 Central. Also, follow us on the Twitter. You got WrestleZone on the Twitter as well. Matt is on there at Raw at Showtime. I'm on there at JB Huskers. We'll be live tweeting all night for Monday Night Raw. Make sure to follow all the above too, because you can watch along Lost in the Midcard on the Twitter as well. And we thank everybody that's tuned in, everybody in the live chat. Uncle Howdy has made the live chat after killing everybody. Mark Cho has made it here. Ozzy has made it. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. Really appreciate that. But if you're lurking, feel free to chat. We'll talk to you. Well, let me talk to you. Ozzy saying, is Kayla going to AEW? No, she. There's a reason why she moved to California a couple of years ago. She's just taking the next step in her entertainment career, wherever that may be. We'll get to that a little later. But first, again, I am your host, Jeremy Bennett, and my co-host, as always, Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. It was a big week last week in wrestling. Honestly, so much happened. We don't have enough time to cover all the big news events that have gone down over the past week. We're going to do the best we can with what we've got and the time we're given, bringing you right into Monday Night Raw. Should be a fun show, man.
No Dick Wolf tonight. We got 911, so Rob Lowe's leading us into 911. I think Rob Lowe's on that version of 911. I can't remember. I like 911. That's a good show. But let's get to our lead. It's rare that our lead happened 7 days ago, but here we are. It is so good that we've got to talk about it on Lost in the Midcard. All the teases, all of the countdowns all led to Monday night. We all knew that. The announcers, obviously, the last 2-3 weeks started acknowledging the hacking going into it. And boy, what we got at the end of Monday Night Raw, literally and figuratively, I have got to say, is something we've probably not seen. Just a reintroduction, but it's still, you could call it a debut, but it's a reintroduction to Uncle Howdy, a debut for the others in the family, even though they're all current members of the roster. So, but just as an impact, and Matt, you kind of called it on Twitter before it happened that you felt like this was going to be a Nexus-like debut for the Wyatt Sicks, but little did we know that Nexus mentality of destroying everything was going to happen in Gorilla and backstage
instead of the ring. Yeah,
when I saw the smoke going into Gorilla, I thought, oh shit, this is going to be something. And it was very unique. The scene that was painted, Everybody thought Chad Gable, rest in peace. He got shot in the head. No, he's fine. He's going to be in a triple threat later
The Terminator returns tonight on Raw.
Some
Chad
people
the
think
Terminator Gable should be his new gimmick.
Some people think he's cloned, and maybe this is a clone of Chad Gable. We don't know that for sure, but what a tremendous.
Can you imagine WWE starts cloning people?
What a tremendous end to Monday Night Raw, Matt. This was just exactly what needed to happen with this group.
I would like to believe that we're at a point now where everybody that's been anxiously awaiting this debut, which has been slowly built since April. Yep. I would think everybody who got what they got was satisfied.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could have done, a better debut overall. My only critique, I would have loved to have seen Triple H laid out in Gorilla, because obviously he cannot be physical. He can't get it physically on camera. But you can't tell me you couldn't have Triple H laid out, in Gorilla.
Hey guys, I gotta catch a meeting. I gotta catch a jet here, man. I'm just saying,
if Chad Gable can survive the attack, I think Triple H could have come back and did his job this week.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it would have been nice to see Hunter laid out there. They should have had Hunter follow Drew out, like they did with Pierce. They should have had Hunter and Pierce follow Drew out if they didn't want Hunter in that area. I think that would have been, smart of them to do, but they left him there, and then he wasn't attacked.
The people that were laid out backstage, Carmelo Hayes, Gunther,
it was not Carmelo. It was none of those people were there.
Really?
The only
Strowman?
Talent that was Strowman wasn't. No, Strowman chased.
That looked like Strowman before they showed. No,
the only talent, the only main roster talent that was laid out backstage was Chad Gable. Everybody else was extras.
Oh, that looked like Strowman's tattoo.
Yeah, it was not.
Oh, well, all right.
I'm sorry to break your heart, man.
Well, I swear I saw Carmelo and Ludwig.
It was just they were just extras, man. They just kind of looked like them because they had similar hairstyles. Not them.
It's gonna be amazing to see how they follow up with this. Nothing happened on SmackDown. Obviously, these guys are gonna stay on Raw for the time being. They're not gonna terrorize the entire WWE.
They mentioned them.
Yeah,
they were mentioned, and that's why security was heightened. But apparently, security was not heightened enough to stop Drew McIntyre from returning and beating the shit out of CM Punk.
Because when you heard that garage door slam from the outside, you kind of thought it might have been them.
I was so happy.
You kind of thought maybe that was the Wyatt Sicks, but no, that was Drew and a bloodied CM Punk, a bloodied man on. Well, of course, there's drama shows that show blood, so this ain't no shock and awe that Fox is showing blood. But Drew quitting and then beating the shit out of CM Punk. That was quite the run for Drew this week, wasn't it?
I love the hell out of it. I'm all about Drew McIntyre doing whatever he can to troll Mr. Punk. And doing the fake quitting, getting off social media for a few days, and then showing up in Punk's backyard in Chicago where Punk thinks he's untouchable and beat Punk's ass. I'm all about it. The only thing that makes me question is I wonder if he's not even close to being cleared.
God, the way Drew dropped him, you'd think he'd be cleared, especially dropping him on the stage.
I don't know. I find it very odd that you bloody him up and send him out in an ambulance this close to SummerSlam. So I'm hoping he's cleared. But
I'd assume he is. But
because I want to see Drew kick his ass in Cleveland. But yeah, I'm not 100% confident that that's going to make SummerSlam if he's not ready to go.
It's much like when Kenny got dropped in that stretcher bump on Dynamite.
Kenny wasn't cleared to compete either, but cleared enough to take physical activity. So I mean, Punk might be in the same
way Punk got dropped
situation that Omega was in.
Mark Cho in the chat saying they cloned Razor and Diesel before. Boy, that was a money making idea.
Let's not even discuss that. There's just so much great things going on in pro wrestling right now. We don't need to go back and discuss a terrible angle from the 90s. Come
Frantic
on,
World,
man.
thanks for joining us tonight, man. So Raw starts off with a surprising return. Seth freaking Rollins doing his best Armando Alejandro Estrada cosplay.
Be nice. Be nice.
He looked just like no, man, Armando was great, man. He was a great manager. He's a good wrestler before that. Big surprise, Rollins is clear. He's going to be taking on Priest at Money in the Bank. So that was a nice
Please do the title change.
Yep.
I am practically begging for this time. I want to see Rollins and Gunther. 100,000% want to see Rollins and Gunther. Have no desire to see Gunther and Priest. Please change this title at Money in the Bank. I'm begging them to change it. And if they don't want to change it at Money in the Bank, have somebody beat Priest with the briefcase before SummerSlam. Just I don't care how you do it. Just get Priest out of this match with Gunther. I don't want to see it.
Otis, for the most part, turning on Gable. It's still not the full turn. He just shoved him very hard.
They quit the Alpha Academy. They left the building. They said they were done with them.
Yep. And then Chad Gable got shot.
Any more done than that.
And Chad Gable got shot in the head. EO qualified for Money in the Bank. Braun Breaker and Sheamus set up for later. That was damn good. Braun Breaker, that drone cam of him running around the ring to spear Ludwig. Holy shit, that was some good camera work there, pal. I loved it. Of course, then Drew walking out on Raw. No contest, or I guess Sheamus won, so I guess we have Sheamus against Sammy. I don't know.
He won the match by disqualification. So
exactly
I
how they put it.
A Sammy versus Sheamus match should be in our future.
And
I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they've wrestled each other before, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I think those two would be a great contrast to styles. I'd really enjoy that.
It's the one title that Sheamus has never won, so we were hoping he would win it at Mania.
And unfortunately, he probably never will.
You never know.
Because I think he's had an AEW and his deal's up. So and
God, he's such buddies with Paul.
He's also such buddies with Claudio and Edge and Christian and a lot of guys over there. I have a gut feeling that his days are numbered in WWE.
They moved the Kingston and Karrion Kross match off, which then the New Day posted a funny video saying they're glad they didn't make it to Raw after what happened. And Jey Uso's interview after Raw was pretty funny too. He's like, you can have them Fireflies back, man. So that was some good stuff there. And qualifying for Money in the Bank, also Jey Uso. I still think it should have been Finn, and then Jey wins the last chance. But
I mean, they could do they could flip the exact thing.
Yeah, because I want Finn to
last chance style. So
I want Finn to win the briefcase.
WWE is really big on those last chance entrance matches, so I'm not rolling out.
Especially at Money in the Bank. Especially at Money in the Bank. Are you still under the impression that Finn's the leader in the clubhouse to win the briefcase?
No, I think it's Jey now. Last week I said Jey or Finn, and I basically figured whoever won that match that night would paint the story. So I'm still thinking it's Jey. I think Jey holding the Money in the Bank briefcase could be very interesting in terms of what's going on with the Bloodline.
Yeah.
Over the next several months. So I would like to see him do it, which all the more reason why I would like to see Rollins beat Priest so we don't need to use that briefcase to cash in on Priest before SummerSlam.
Tonight on Raw, Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed, Money in the Bank qualifier. I think Chad Gable's going to win that. And then I kind of wonder if
I think Bronson Reed's winning that.
I think Gable's going to win it. I wonder if Otis qualifies too in some point, and we finally see him really beat up Chad Gable. Remains to be seen. And then of course, then the end of Raw happened with the Wyatt Sicks. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens tonight with the Wyatt Sicks. We also have women qualifying with Shayna Baszler, Lia Valkyria, and Kairi Sane. I think Baszler wins that match. Kofi and Karrion Kross, as I just mentioned. Kaiser and Braun Breaker. That might be a legit good match. And I don't think it's for the titles, but Alba Fire and Isla Dawn taking on Caden Carter and Katana Chance. It just says
there's no way that's a title match.
It didn't say, it just says champions, so it doesn't say for the title. So that's what we got on Raw so far. Of course, Raw's going to have a lot of stuff in the sports world to go up against. Game 7 NHL Stanley Cup Finals and Game 3 College World Series are both tonight as well. But it'll be interesting to see what how they follow up on the Wyatt Sicks. Do we get a promo from Uncle Howdy at all tonight, or what? What are you expecting?
I have no idea what to expect, and I think that's part of the magic of the group. I don't know what we're going to see tonight, but I'm interested to tune in and find out.
Savit, thanks for joining us in the chat as always as well. Good to see you. Let's move on to this weekend. Sunday, June 30th, is going to be AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. And we got ourselves a pretty damn good card here, I would say, as Forbidden Door, of course, always been a pretty damn good pay-per-view. 10 matches on the card. Let's kick things off here with a trios match. The Learning Tree taking on a group that I've dug recently, especially pairing Samoa Joe and Hook has been a very smart and very entertaining type of deal. I've enjoyed it with Shibata joining them as well. I expect the Learning Tree to get the branches broken off and their asses spanked with them.
I surely hope so. I think they have a very hot-handed right now in that trio with Shibata, Hook, and Joe. You don't give them a loss already. No one cares about the Learning Tree. It's not over. It's not funny. It's not entertaining. Jericho's ridiculous. Jericho's the worst part about this group. Because honestly, Big Bill's playing the role of what Jericho's supposed to play,
which I like
than Jericho.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I actually like what Bill's doing, and I actually like what Brian Keith is doing. But Jericho's corny, over-the-top delivery for everything is so cringe that I can't stand the entire package as it is, because Jericho has to be front and center with everything that's about it. I don't like it. Joe, Hook, and Shibata need to beat that ass. And it shouldn't even be a question about who wins that match on Sunday.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be like a good booking if Big Bill gives Jericho the boot, leads the group, and then he gets kind of a singles push in leading his own group. I almost think I'd be best for business with those guys. This is going to be a damn good match. First round match for the men's Owen Hart Cup tournament. Shingo Takagi against Bryan Danielson. This will be a classic, but obviously we know who's going to win.
Yeah. There's no question this is Danielson's match to win. It'll be a great match. Very entertaining. But I picked Danielson to win the entire tournament, so obviously he needs to get out of the quarterfinal.
Yeah, you better hope. Last week on Dynamite, we got an appetizer. MJF returning to the ring, taking on Roosh, a damn good match, and sets him up for another luchador. Hechicero from CMLL. Obviously, MJF's not going to lose this.
No, MJF. Obviously, MJF wins. MJF just needs to be careful because Hechicero was not at all careful with Daddy Magic on Collision on Saturday. So if I'm MJF who's just coming back from an injury, be careful when in there with Hechicero in the ring, because you could be dropped on your head no time flat.
Who fills in the TBD line for Jeff Cobb for the NJPW World Television Championship? Any inklings?
I don't even know if this match is happening. It's yet to be. It's like Jeff Cobb did issue an open challenge in New Japan for Forbidden Door for the championship, but the AEW is yet to acknowledge that this match exists. And to me, I think it would be an absolute crime if Jeff Cobb was left off the show. To me, it should be an easy win for Jeff Cobb, no matter who his opponent is. I think Cobb in New Japan could use a win on the show, so Cobb winning makes sense. So I'm hoping we get the match, but I've yet to see AEW officially acknowledge that this is on the card. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, who is not on the card?
There's a lot of people not on the card. I mean, they plug in just about anybody in there with him. I would have loved to have seen Cobb versus Samoa Joe, but Joe's busy, so can't do that.
Jay White is imagine him winning a New Japan title after leaving New Japan. Jay White's not on there. Trying to think of who else wouldn't be on there that may be on the AEW side that may be. I mean, you could throw Penta or Phoenix at him and still have a good match out of it.
I don't know if they're on the show with the CMLL involvement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that messy situation's working right now. So, yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm not sure who the opponent is. I'm sure they can find somebody. Throw Daniel Garcia in there.
Yeah, he is. But he's been winning.
It'd be a great match. Garcia can eat the L without it, really affecting him. So
I don't know. He's been on a winning streak lately. I don't think you want to do that.
Throw like Kyle O'Reilly in there, or like there's more than enough people on this roster. Like Roderick Strong, like there's tons of people that they could put into this match. Their roster is insanely deep. There's plenty of options for someone who could go in there and have a great match with Jeff Cobb.
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Jon Moxley defending against Tetsuya Naito. How do you see this one running out here? Do you see Moxley dropping to Naito, or are you thinking he's going to be carrying this for even longer, maybe even into Wrestle Kingdom?
I see no reason for this rematch to happen if Naito wasn't winning the title back. So I'm predicting Naito regains the title here.
Boy, this will be good.
Are you picking against your boy?
No, I'm gonna go Moxley here. I think he's gonna carry it into. I honestly think he's gonna carry it into Wrestle Kingdom.
Bold prediction. Guess we'll find out.
This will be good. Oh boy, hold on to your butts. Orange Cassidy, Zack Sabre Jr. I don't see Orange Cassidy losing since it's an AEW pay-per-view, but we're going to be definitely entertained because it's going to be a damn good match.
I'm going to go with Sabre.
I
think Sabre can win this one.
Trent could screw Orange.
It's not like Cassidy doesn't have a lack of enemies on the AEW roster right now. So,
AEW Women's World Championship, Mina Shirakawa against Timeless Toni Storm. Though I would love Mina to win the title and have her be all elite, we're definitely heading towards Toni and Mariah at Wembley.
Yeah.
So I got the Toni shirt on today.
Yeah, I think Toni has to retain because we have to get Toni and Mariah All In.
Yep.
So
I wonder if
it kind of foreshadows this match, unfortunately. But I think these two women are going to kill it.
Yeah, I think the beginning of the end of that relationship's either going to happen on Forbidden Door or the Dynamite following Forbidden Door to get us all set up for Wembley.
Nah, Mariah's not. No, Mariah and Tony won't split until after Mariah wins that tournament.
Okay.
Tony's going to support her all the way, and at some point after the win, they're going to be splintered heading into the pay-per-view.
This is interesting. Winner takes all for the TBS Championship and New Japan Strong Women's Championship. Mercedes Moné against Stephanie Vakir. And yeah, I honestly think Mercedes is going to win to get back the title she should have won in the first place.
Yeah. No, that title was made for her. And New Japan wants her to hold that title. So 100% Mercedes is winning this match, leaving Forbidden Door double champion.
That'll be another
no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest slam dunk match of the show.
No, probably Brian and Takagi. Or MJF and Hechicero.
I don't know. I still think this is my biggest slam dunk of the show.
Oh boy, this can be fun. Ladder match for the vacant TNT Championship. We have a TBD. Is that announced yet? Who is in that qualifier?
We don't know the 6-man yet.
Okay.
I'm assuming that will be determined on Dynamite on Wednesday.
Yeah. That is going to. So far, we know Leo Rush, Dante Martin, Jack Perry, Mark Briscoe, Konosuke Takeshita. I fully assume Jack Perry's going to win this while Okada holds the international or the continental, and the Bucks hold the tag titles. I fully expect Perry to have this, so they all hold gold and can all brag about it on Wednesday.
As much as I would love to see Leo Rush win this, my pick is also Jack Perry, with the caveat that I have the right to change my mind when they announce who the final participant is. Because the final participant could change everything. So once we know who the final person in that ladder match is, then we can go. Right now, I'm definitely thinking Jack Perry. Like I said, I would love Leo Rush to win, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, there's 4 matches announced or 4 things announced for Dynamite. Swerve and Ospreay against the Gates of Agony, Saraya and Anna Jay, and Harley against Mina. It must
Mina,
be just
Tony, and it's a women's trios match.
Oh yeah, Marina. Yeah, Mina's with Mariah and Tony. Jay White and Phoenix, the first round Owen Cup, and MJF is going to be there for something. So yeah, if I'm gonna be a betting man, I'm gonna bet it's a qualifier between Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
Don't hate it.
If it's a triple threat, as Andy has in the chat there, throw in Pac, not Pac-Man Jones, but throw in Pac. I wouldn't hate that either, man. Pac and Claudio at the end of
that match rolled.
Man,
I was really happy to see Pac win that. I wasn't expecting it.
Me either. That's pretty damn good.
I thought they were going to give us the rematch of Claudio and Brian because they went to the time limit draw in the Continental Classic. So I thought they were going to be like, must be a winner this time. But no, I was very happy to see Pac win. I did not expect that.
Very interesting main event for the AEW World Championship. Basically, 2 of the hottest singles male wrestlers in the company going head-to-head to main event this pay-per-view. Swerve Strickland against Will Ospreay. I'm going Will Ospreay, and I think Swerve may be turning heel as a result. I just got this weird feeling that they put that rocket up Ospreay 17-0 since he debuted. I just think either somebody screws Swerve or something happens to where Swerve turns at the end. But I'm going Ospreay as world champion, leaving the pay-per-view.
Swerve Strickland retains on Sunday. The path to All In is abundantly clear. Swerve's facing the winner of the Owen because Ospreay is going to be in the ring with MJF. They already set the puzzle pieces up for that with MJF's return. He badmouthed Ospreay. They had the face-off last week on Dynamite. Swerve's retaining on Sunday. And it could be because Don Callis' family tries to interfere and it backfires and costs Ospreay the match.
And then they finally divorce.
Yes, they can.
Though I don't think it ever started.
Break off Ospreay and the Don Callis family.
I think it was a one-sided ordeal of who they thought was family there. I don't think Will really ever thought of Callis as an ally ever since he's been in AEW. So it is going to be a tremendous night, though. Cannot wait for it this Sunday on pay-per-view. Boy, the hits just keep on coming. The end of SmackDown, where the main event was Solo Sikoa against Cody Rhodes. And all hell broke loose not too far into the match. And then all of a sudden, a Samoan werewolf appeared out of nowhere and just destroyed a bunch of main eventers. Jacob Fatu, we all knew he was signed with the company weeks ago. But finally, here he is making his debut for Solo's side, though some, including myself, thought maybe he'd be on Roman's side. Maybe that's still to be determined. Maybe he and Solo have a power struggle when Roman comes back. It'll be interesting to see, just because the bloodline is just, that old story just keeps on getting crazy and crazier by the minute. But what did you think of Jacob Fatu's debut, Matt?
I loved it. When he was when Solo was in the corner, bagging off, and he got the smile, I'm like, all right, is it finally Jacob Fatu, or are we getting Hikuleo?
Yeah.
So I was not 100% convinced either way about who it was going to be. Yeah. I was so happy that it was Jacob Fatu, because I've been waiting on this debut for months, JB. For months I've been waiting on this damn debut. And man, look, correct me if I'm wrong. That dude looked like he slimmed down.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last time I saw him in MLW, battling with Contra Unit, he looked like it looked like he spent these last couple of months, slimming his body up a little bit before appearing on WWE TV. The man's
WWE may want to trademark Swole Wolf here, in addition to trademarking other things.
He looked to be in great shape on Friday.
Fightful reported that WWE has trademarked Samoan Werewolf and are working on trademarking Jacob Fatu.
Oh yeah, it's already happened. It's already happened, Mark Show. Jacob Fatu's the star. I saw people as soon as SmackDown was ended on Friday. I saw people on Twitter already going that they want Jacob Fatu and Cody at SummerSlam instead of Solo. Like I already saw it. Like the vendetta has already started against Solo. He's in trouble, man.
I think Solo's doing a good job.
Jacob Fatu's going to outshine his ass so bad.
Yeah, I think Solo's been doing a good job as the leader.
He's been fine, but dude, Jacob Fatu's on another level. He's on another level, dude. Like, good luck, Solo.
Yeah, the key will be that first promo this coming Friday, which I assume we'll get.
Honestly, if WWE wants to keep Jacob from getting to the next level above Solo, don't let him talk.
Don't let him talk. Yeah.
Don't let him talk right now. Let him be the silent guy like Solo was for so long.
Fatu took out.
That might be their best option.
Fatu took out 3 future WWE Hall of Famers right there. Night 1. Wasted 3 Hall of Famers. That's how you do it. That is how you do it, son. And Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman continues to rule, man. Of course, the exchange with CM Punk at the beginning of SmackDown was great, and just the look on his face.
Take me with you,
man.
This bloodline story would be in so much trouble if it didn't have Paul Heyman.
Yeah. He's
literally the glue that's keeping everything together while Roman Reigns is away.
Yep.
If they did not, if something happened, heaven forbid something happened to Paul, this story would fall apart. It would absolutely fall apart at the seams. They would be screwed. Paul is absolutely the Bloodline MVP. Post WrestleMania 40.
Yeah, I like the video afterwards. I don't know if it was a fan video or WWE video, but like KO crawling, trying to get to Bloodline, and Corey Graves and Wade Barrett both holding him back was pretty cool to see.
I heard about that video, but I didn't actually see it.
Yeah,
so
I think it was official, but it may have been a fan cam. I think it was official though. All other news there from SmackDown: Andrade qualifying for Money in the Bank over Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens.
Did you find it really odd that the two men who qualified for Money in the Bank on Friday didn't have entrances?
Who's the other one again? Andrade.
Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, Carmelo didn't have one.
Hayes and Andrade both didn't get an entrance in their match and both won.
Swerve.
It's okay to do that one time. Don't do that twice. Don't do that twice in the same show. Don't do that twice in the same show. That's
of course.
That's a little too much.
Of course, Randy got screwed by the Tongans, which led to and of course Tama Tonga was in the match, but the screw job by the Tongans kind of allowed Carmelo to roll up Randy to get the win there. Andrade, he's obviously you can't push everybody all at once. Andrade, you got to kind of slow build him. Probably going to be more of a push for him when Charlotte comes back. I'm wondering if they do pair them together. But now he's starting to finally get a little steam ahead of him because he's really been kind of spinning his wheels. So I was kind of happy that he went over there. And man, I am over the moon, and I hope she wins. Chelsea Green won her qualifying match. I want her to win my
Bank. I love that she won. I love that she qualified. I don't want to see her win. I don't want to see her win the Money in the Bank.
Oh, I do.
I still want Tiffany Stratton to win.
Well, my prediction will be Tiffany, but I want Chelsea to win. So
that's fair.
Moving on, we don't have a graphic for this one because this came up earlier today on the Pat McAfee show. Of course, Monday Night Raw, which starts in about 10 minutes, live from Indianapolis. So Triple H was on the Pat McAfee show, and Michael Cole also on for a couple hours. Triple H on the first in the first hour. Ahead of the announcement, this was already kind of broken before the show started, but Royal Rumble, which will take place this 2025, is going to occur, and it sounds like it's going to be a February pay-per-view.
February 1st.
Yep, which whoop-de-doo. It's days away from what it usually is anyway, so I don't care.
I don't foresee it being that big of a deal.
No, but
I know there's a certain someone in the chat who was complaining to me about it earlier today. Not that big of a deal. Not going to mention any names.
Is he a Karen in the bank?
I'm not going to mention any names.
Also, SummerSlam is coming to Indy at some point, and WrestleMania.
Yes, it's a 2-night SummerSlam.
20.
That seems to be the new thing going forward.
Yeah.
After the SummerSlam in Minneapolis, so I'm assuming this is.
See, it shows.
I'm assuming this is minimum 2027 for SummerSlam. In Indianapolis. So,
yeah, you're not going to do Rumble and SummerSlam in the same year. Cleveland is 26 already announced.
Yeah, so we still don't know where freaking SummerSlam is in 2025. I think it's overseas. And I think that's why WWE is dragging their feet on announcing it. I think they want to try and blindside AEW and their all-in plans next year.
Oh, have it in London?
Yeah, or very close. Very close in the proximity. I just have a gut feeling that SummerSlam is going to be overseas next year in that vicinity, and that's why it hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, so good for Indy. That's a cheap flight for me too, so who knows? I might be still trying to go to Vegas this year or next year too, so we'll have to see. Tuesday, it's also rare that we talk NXT on this show from 6 days ago, but boy, one of the most watched videos since WrestleMania. The most watched video since WrestleMania. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. The pop he got within the NXT universe was tremendous. And the pop that he got around the internet was tremendous. And there's some people trying to say, who is this guy? Like, yeah, you know, you can't claim to be a pro wrestling fan if you don't know who Joe Hendry is. There's a reason why.
The first time I've ever seen the cameras in the Performance Center
shake. Yeah.
When his music hit, the reaction from the crowd actually caused the cameras to shake. Unbelievable.
And
unbelievable.
He's teasing on Twitter about a heat wave. So I don't know if Joe shows up this week on NXT, but I think he may, because I think he's going to set up a heat wave match. Boy, wouldn't it be something if Joe, his first NXT one-on-one match, and it's against like Ethan Page?
Well, Ethan Page is #1 contender again.
Oh, is he? Oh, that's right. They did the. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so
they did that match.
I think Page is winning that title. You don't set up that rematch without intentions on swapping the belt.
Well, I did say Trick's probably going to be called up by SummerSlam. So, no, but Joe Hendry created waves around the world. Great interview on Busted Open as well with Dave and Nick Nemeth. Go check that out on their YouTube channel. Great stuff. Some great insight into kind of logistics, travel, a lot of last minute things that happened. Some great questions by Nick as well. I mean, Joe is not a.
I think Tommy Dreamer was a part of it.
Tommy was in there too. Yeah. Tommy was in there as well. Some great questions from Tommy and Nick too. Just, I mean, this guy ain't up and comer that just came out of nowhere. He's been going at it for 20 years or 15, 20 years now. And obviously has made it.
TNA better start pushing him.
Yeah.
And they better lock him down to a new deal as soon as humanly possible.
Yeah, because
let me just say, if his deal's up soon,
Sean's
WWE isn't dumb. They saw the social media numbers.
Sean's like
they be arms wide open to
come to daddy.
Embrace Joe Hendry and give him a big old NXT hug.
They better hope they lock him down. The 1 minute 20-second entrance music video has 1.7 million views on YouTube, by the way. This is a TNA star. You know, TNA, which barely scrapes to get 100,000 people watching on Thursdays. Yet, this guy's making an impact. He's making an impact. Like, I mean, Xavier Woods tweeting about him, wanting him to come over to NXT. Things like that.
Marcio, tell us you didn't watch all of NXT without telling us you didn't watch all of NXT.
He got pinned by Ethan Page at the end of it.
Javon Evans was goaded in by Ethan Page to put in his title shot in the line in the main event of NXT Tuesday, and Ethan Page beat him.
Because Page says he didn't get eliminated or some shit.
Well, he didn't. So. He got tossed out of the middle rope when freaking Ora Mensah got involved again.
Yep.
And for the love of God, can we stop making Ora Mensah a thing? Like, I don't understand why Ethan Page has to be engaged in this freaking feud with Ora Mensah of all people. Like, I'd rather see freaking Noam Dar chasing him than freaking Ora Mensah. It's really weird.
I'd rather see Lash Legend chase him than Ora Mensah. I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Legend's not going to get in the ring and face him, though.
Trick Williams and Egon. Man, imagine if Danhausen went to NXT too, and you got Danhausen and Egon. And is he still hurt, or is he just not being used?
Danhausen, no, he's wrestling indies all over the world right now, and I honestly think the second his deal's up, Punk's gonna get him into WWE. I just think it's only a matter of time.
Well, we got Punk in.
Yes, I think he'll be utilized like they utilize R-Truth.
Yep.
So there's absolutely a spot for him on the opposite brand that R-Truth's on. You don't put them both on the same brand, but you know, like you got Truth on Raw, so you sign Danhausen and put him on SmackDown. You know, to me, it's a no-brainer signing. he'll move merch for them like there's no tomorrow. And if AEW doesn't want to properly utilize him in that way, then WWE will. It's really just that simple.
Yeah, and man, it'd be interesting to see if he's going to be if he's going to appear this week. Of course, the way they did it, left you wanting more because he was first eliminated by, of course, Frankie Kazarian. So
that shit left me heated. I wouldn't watch the Stanley Cup after that shit.
I didn't think it was a bad move because it kept people. It made people wanting more.
Your comments to me in DMs when you saw it absolutely paint a different story. Don't give me that bullshit, sir.
Well, after letting I will sit
here and admit my anger. You should admit your anger as well.
After letting it breathe and seeing where it's going.
Yeah, you let it breathe because you saw all the social media numbers that he did afterwards.
Yeah,
but in the moment, you were not happy, and neither was I.
That's because I wasn't watching it.
Yeah, but when you saw it,
I wasn't
you were
home.
pissed. You sent me a message like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy," and then like 2 minutes later on the timestamp, you were like, I thought you were going to like break your Twitter account or something.
I don't know about that.
So you were not a happy camper.
I don't know about that because I knew that he got eliminated right away when I was hosting trivia. I think. I don't know.
You did not.
It's been a long week.
Don't make me pull receipts.
Whatever. Shouner us up. And some sad news at the end of the evening on Kayla Braxton has announced that she's leaving WWE. This will be her last week. She signed with WWE back in 2016, has been a tremendous interviewer, backstage correspondent, all the above. About 2-3 years ago, she moved to Hollywood. So I think the writing was on the wall at that point that there was going to be a point in time where she was going to be looking for other things. So wish Kayla well. Gonna be sad. Gonna be sad that we get no more Kayla, Paul Heyman. Hopefully, we get one more on Friday.
Yeah, she announced on her social media on Saturday morning that she had a new opportunity out west.
Yeah.
So clearly, it's something in Hollywood, and I'm sure whatever she does, she's gonna do great. And she's been a tremendous backstage talent and host for WWE for many years, and I wish her the best. And you know what she's going to do next. I'm sure we'll know about it sooner rather than later.
And hopefully, hopefully we get one last Paul Heyman segment on SmackDown this Friday. But wish Kayla the best. Looking at the spoilers. Looks like we got a tag team title match to look forward to tonight. Will that have an ending, though? Maybe the Wyatt Sicks interrupts that because obviously the Wyatt Sicks not on any rundowns, so they're not going to be. So
yeah, they weren't on the rundowns last week either.
Yeah, so a lot of promos leading up to Money in the Bank. Hey, we got a tag title match coming up. We got, of course, everything else that we mentioned. So looks like Drew McIntyre is going to kick us off. So for Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy Forbidden Door. Enjoy whatever the hell the Wyatt Sicks do tonight. We'll be back at it talking about all that happened next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a good week and enjoy.